Hello again, and this is Gabrielle. And I hope you had a wonderful weekend. The weather was absolutely beautiful, and I'm sure you went for long walks. And I'm sure and I hope you hugged a tree. If you can't hug anybody else, hug a tree and exchange that chi with the tree. Trees usually have very strong energy. So I definitely enjoyed. I went for many walks, but there was a little bit of a frustration there because I love going to the beach. And of course, the beaches were closed. And after about 3 or 4 weeks of quarantine, then you kind of, there's a little bit of a restlessness within me. Everybody is different. So I took out my trusted friends, and they are my books. I have a few books where I draw inspiration from. And one of them is called The Prophet by Kahlil Gibran. I'm sure you have heard of it. And that particular book I really like, The Prophet, because it has a lot of wisdom in it. That's one of the books which I draw inspiration from. Another book I draw inspiration from is Begin It Now by Susan Hayward. And that's the book. Now, Susan Hayward also wrote another book which is called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Now, that was one of my go-to books after my separation, which caused a lot of angst and sadness. And everybody who has gone through a separation knows exactly, what you go through. And this particular book is also a workbook, so there are some exercises you need to do, but I really highly recommend it to have a look at it. Go to the library and investigate, because once you're pushing through those fears, then you're really feeling so much better. There's another book which, as you can see, is slightly tattered, and that's another book which is inspirational, The Quiet Mind, Sayings of White Eagle. And then there is one here, and it is the book A Thousand Paths to Hope. Now, usually with books like that, when I get the frustration or the restlessness, and I think, I need something here to help pull me back down again, I just close my eyes and I open it anywhere. And here, this particular one, hope encourages us to move forward despite setbacks. So it just gives you that little bit more of a push. Hey, it's okay, kind of see it from a different side. So I hope that will help you too. And I will put the name of the books underneath in the comments. So I hope you will enjoy that. Now, I have in my other videos, I have been talking about some of the herbs and spices which support your immune system. And I actually will continue with a few more of the herbs and spices. And one of them is the simple onion. Now, the red onion, the yellow onion, the red onion would be a little bit stronger, but the yellow onion is as good. And both of them are incredibly good for in particular for your respiratory system, but of course also for your immune system. And usually when I had a really bad cough, what I would do is chop an onion into small pieces and then put it into a jar and then pour really good honey over it so it covers the onion, and I let it stand for a while, for about 3 to 4 days, depending also what season. If it's summertime, doesn't have to be that long. In the wintertime would be a little bit longer. And then I would take a teaspoon every now and then, and that would loosen up the mucus of your lungs and would release, and you can breathe better. Also, it's actually also a natural antibiotic. Some people I know, they cut onion in half and they put then one half on the right foot and the other half on the left foot, pull a sock over it, and go to bed with it. And then the onion will actually draw out the toxins. What inspired me to talk about it was a friend of mine sent me a video about a lady who had problems with her lungs, and she really had a lot of pain and couldn't breathe that well. And she chopped the onions, put it into a tea towel, and then applied it as a poultice on her skin. The only thing with that, and also with your feet, you have to be a little bit careful. Perhaps put some cream first on your skin, otherwise the skin could blister a little bit and become irritated, because obviously, as you know, onion is really, really strong. Yes, the simple onion. So the other herb I would love to talk about is, I have it in my garden, and it's the lemon myrtle tree. So quite often I go out and I pick a few leaves together with some holy basil. A friend of mine dried some holy basil, some tulsi for me, and then mix it together with my hibiscus leaves, which are very high in vitamin C. And I make a really, really strong tea. So I let this infusion sit there for, well, at least an hour. And then I drink the tea with lemon and also a little bit of honey. Again, that strengthens, all of them strengthen your immune system and really help with your respiratory system. And that's what it's all about. You need to know your weaknesses. So my weaknesses is definitely the respiratory system. And that also will help, especially the tulsi also will help the digestive system. And the lemon will alkalize. The honey is also a natural antibiotic. So, hey, it's health on a stick. Then I also will talk a little bit about garlic. But with garlic, I find some people who have a sluggish liver, they have to take it in very small amounts. Garlic is really good for you, don't get me wrong. But because of that, it can be a little bit irritating, and some people have a little bit of nausea if they eat too much garlic, and that's because it's really, really strong. But by all means, use it in your cooking, and that will strengthen your immune system too. Now, talking about the liver, we all once in a while really have to look after our liver, because that is the biggest detoxifying organ in our body, and it has a big job because there's a lot of toxins around us and in us. And it doesn't need to be from alcohol or from coffee, just your emotions. If you get frustrated or you get anxious, the cortisol, and that churns around. And then you have your outside influence, your outside toxins, your EMFs. There's so much. You're breathing in the fumes of when you go to the gas station, and the petrol fumes. They're all toxins. So once in a while, we really need to give our liver a break. One way of doing is eating less, perhaps just eating one meal a day. And that meal, I usually, when I feel my liver is kind of sluggish, and usually I feel it when I get a bit more tired, I get frustrated quicker, I can't think clearly, then I decide, well, it needs a liver cleanse. My favorite to go to is beetroot. And that's it, I know beetroot will do it for me. So I have it in salads, I made soups with it, I put it in everything, So, and I can eat it for 2-3 days, like lunch and dinner. It doesn't worry me at all. And it really is good to go for the toilet. It just releases all your toxins also from your bowels. It's a fantastic cleanser. Some people don't particularly like beetroot. Then I would highly recommend dandelion tea and also St. Mary's Thistle. You can get them in a health food store and even in the chemist. and I have that every day. Look on the jar how you take it, but because obviously every firm has different rules and taking one or two or whatever. So that's a really good way of helping your liver to overcome. And then, of course, please drink plenty of water. And lemon juice is another thing to alkalize and help the liver to move it all out and cleanse it and support it. Yeah, good old liver. So, yeah, that's about it for today. Just wanted to talk about a few things. I'm just looking at my list, and there's nothing else today. In the meantime, enjoy the beautiful weather. Go for walks. Walks is very soothing, relaxing. It helps your brain. It helps your immune system. It helps you to relax. Enjoy the sounds of the birds around you. And like I said, do hug a tree or stand beside it, lean against it, and feel the chi. Don't forget the humming. Enjoy and stay happy, stay positive, keep those vibration high, and we talk soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.